and this is to get India free from the tyranny of British rule. The title Lokmanya means that one who has the approval of the people. And this title was bestowed on him by the people as a respect to his contributions to the Indian freedom struggle. Tilak was born on July 23rd, 1856 at Ratnagiri, a coastal town in India. During childhood, he was called Bal Gangadhar, and from an early age, he had a sharp mind and a strong will to fight for justice. One famous episode happened when Tilak was in elementary school. Some kids in his class were eating peanuts. Back in those days, they did not come shelled and salted as today we get in Costco. They had to peel the peanuts from the shells and then eat them. So while the kids were enjoying the peanuts, they didn't care to clean up the shells. So the shells were littered in the classroom. And now let's see a scene when the teacher enters the classroom.
Who ate the peanuts?
Hold
Who
on.
threw the shell?
Start again.
Who ate the peanuts and who threw the shells here? Are these good manners? Did you? No, sir. If none of you are ready to own up, I will pick one of you and you will have to clean up the peanuts. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, please clean up the peanuts.
I did not eat the peanuts and clean up the mess and go to detention.
So as you see, Bal Gangadhar stood firmly against the discrimination and fought against injustice. Later on, Tilak's family moved to Pune, an important city in Maharashtra. Pune was the capital of the erstwhile Maratha Empire and is also known for its universities. Bal Gangadhar graduated from high school in 1872 and later went on to get a bachelor's in law. In his early years after graduating, he started a social awareness campaign to ensure all kids get a fair and good education. He emphasized that the education should not be just limited to the Indian languages, but also include foreign languages like English and latest day subjects like science and math. Building on his success of starting an English medium school back in 18th century in India, he went on to start a college called Ferguson College. That college, even today, is a very well-known educational institute in the city of Pune. Later on, Tilak, along with his colleague, Mr. Agarkar, started 2 newspapers. They used the newspaper medium to highlight the atrocities committed by the British government and generate a wave of nationalism with the masses. In addition to newspapers, he also started community events such as the Ganesh Festival and Shivaji Maharaj's birthday. You saw some of the dances just before us who were celebrating the Shivaji Maharaj birthday. In addition to that, Lord Ganesha is revered by Hindus as the god who brings good fortune. Similarly, Shivaji Maharaj was a well-known Maratha king as well. Tilak used these occasions to create grassroots movements and used the platform to propagate his message of Swaraj, which means independence, and Swadesh, which means self-reliance. So now we're going to see a scene from the Ganpati festival, which is very popular in Maharashtra even to this day. Ganpati Bappa! Pudlya Varshi! Ganpati Bappa! Pudlya Varshi! We want Swaraj! We want Swaraj! Ganpati Bappa! Pudlya Varshi! Over the next few years, the Ganesh festival and Shivaji Maharaj's birthday celebrations gained popularity and witnessed a manifold increase in the number of places. The festival was used to spread the message of Swarajya, and thus Lokmanya Tilak inspired millions of Indians to oppose the British rule. This can be compared to the Boston Tea Party, which created a wake-up call to the American colonies. Tilak was also a founding member of the Indian National Congress. The Indian National Congress was modeled over the US Constitutional Congress gathering in Philadelphia. Similar to how the Continental Congress proclaimed the Declaration of Independence and led to the start of the US War of Independence, the Indian National Congress also published a list of demands of the British Crown. The British saw Mr. Tilak as a potential threat to their rule. They were looking for an excuse to curtail his power. Hence, on June 24, 1908, the British filed a case against Mr. Tilak for treachery and inflaming the public opinion against the British Raj. Now we're going to see a scene in the courtroom where Mr. Tilak is facing charges.
Mr. Tilak, you have been found guilty by treason against the British Crown. Hereby, this court sentenced you to 6 years of imprisonment at Mandalay, Burma. Would you like to say anything?
Swarajya hamaza janma siddha adhikaran ito mivirar nuts.
That translates in English as independence or Swarajya is my birthright and I shall have it. So this is how confident Mr. Tilak was in spite of being sentenced 6 years of imprisonment in Mandalay, Burma. Following his release on June 17, 1914, he immersed himself back into India's freedom struggle and continued to fight for Swarajya, self-reliance and universal education. With over 40 years in public life at the age of 64, his health started to deteriorate. He suffered from diabetes and on August 1st, 1920, left this heavenly world. Mahatma Gandhi, who later became the leader of India's freedom struggle, expressed deep sorrow at his bedtime. He also compared the loss to that of a great lion king. So Mr. Tilak was a strong radical in the Indian consciousness. He inspired many freedom fighters to fight against the British rule. And ultimately, 27 years after his death in 1947, India gained independence. Even today, his famous quote, Swarajya ha maza janma siddha adhikar ahe and to mi melavna rats, is very well known throughout history, throughout India and this world. Thank you very much.